Sustainable in Napa County has enabled us to save a lot of money. They've really looked at our business, how we function, and found different facets and different avenues where we can be saving.
Sustainable Napa County came on board and got us into this whole LED light project at the Opera House, and it's just been amazing. For me, it's great that we're saving money, but really, my big impetus for all this was I just wanted the Opera House to be green and have a smaller carbon footprint.
They keep up to date on all the latest trends, the latest information. They understand what new programs are available. They understand how to implement them in the community. So to have that kind of a resource that's here and local and understands what's happening locally is a real gift.
Henry Gunling had an idea, and he was starting to look around and think, what is it that we can do to change things and make things better, and how do I want to leave this place better for my children and grandchildren? And that was kind of his initial idea, and he came to the president of the Gasser Foundation and said, I'd like to do something about this, and I think that the Gasser Foundation has the influence and the recognition, and we have the means to try to make some changes and be a game changer in Napa County.
We gathered community members, people from around different disciplines within Napa County, part government, part business, nonprofit, and began to meet on a very regular basis. And that initiative and those individuals eventually formed the core of what became the Sustainable Napa County Initiative. And then a year or so later, we launched a nonprofit called Sustainable Napa County.
I worked for Peter, and he was a real character, wonderful guy. Pat, his wife, was very active in the nonprofit area. She was one of the founders of Community Projects, and she was one of the founders of the Hospital Auxiliary. Peter was a two-time president of the Chamber of Commerce, very active in the economic well-being of the community. And they had no children. Pete had an advisor, Cliff Hartle. He asked Cliff for advice as to what to do, and Cliff advised him to create a foundation for the benefit of the nonprofits in the community, and he did that.
Food and housing, that's the two things that made a difference, and we have give a chance for people to get back into life after they get into problems, either in jail and other things, mainly through narcotics or alcohol. Those are the two biggest things. To me, if you can find a way to really help people.
We give away $2 million a year. We're proactive about it. Our job is to make sure that money does the most good as it can for the most people. We make a difference.
Through all the properties where we've implemented Sustainable Napa County's suggestions, we've realized thousands of dollars in savings just on electricity alone by retrofitting lighting fixtures.
I think they've made great suggestions, and it's attainable stuff. It's not stretching so far that you have to put big capital improvements to achieve results. It's really simple things that you can do on a daily basis.
As a business owner, there has to be a payback. Okay, so you're going to expend money, you have to give something back. And it can't be just better lighting. There has to be a payback at some point. I mean, we don't have the luxury of just paying money out because I want better lighting in the shop. If that was the case, I would have done it 10 years ago. But the fact that you would be saving energy, which helps everybody, and money, and getting the benefit of the lighting. I mean, that's what I like. So as a business owner, financially really made sense. So financially making sense, better lighting, helping the environment as kind of a side benefit. That's the way I looked at it.
With Sustainable Napa County, we've achieved approximately $280,000 a year in energy savings, and that goes on every year. That's $280,000 this year, next year, the year after.
Sustainable Napa County actually brought my awareness level up from where it was. I can easily think about turning off lights or making sure that there's energy efficient motors on things, but in terms of the bigger scheme of things, they made me realize that it's an entire project, that by doing a number of different things, it allows for there to be energy efficiency.
They're important educationally because they help people understand the programs, but they're also incredibly important because they go out to various groups that are going to be affected. Say if the city was going to put in new legislation having to do with sustainability, they provide that bridge and provide information to those groups that are going to be affected by this new legislation. And that is a real help in the community.
There's a lot of good work going on by teachers at schools about educating in energy. We probably need to do a better job of getting it out. Actually, Sustainable Napa County has been helping us do that.
Sustainable Napa County really does all the work for you. They'll get you in touch with people. They'll help you in any way they can. So it really is time-saving for us because we're not the experts in energy costs or sustainable anything. They're the experts, and they make it so easy for you.
One of the great things about this project is with the new lights that are in here and the money that we save, suddenly this money that we've been spending on our electric bills, we have to do other things with. So in a lot of ways, we can use this to build community here at the Opera House. We can bring more school kids into the shows. We can bring more nonprofit groups in because our budget is changing. Our electric bills are smaller, and we can actually use our savings to put it back into the community.
It really takes that commitment of businesses, of individuals, to make a better community. So I think Sustainable Napa County has really enabled that and cultivated that.
For a nonprofit agency who has a very austere budget, we don't have the funding to go about spending thousands of dollars on things that we know would benefit the agency in the long term. We kind of need those cost savings immediately, so for us, this was actually a gift and really makes a difference for the way we do business. We can spend extra money on things that are more necessary, like food and fuel, instead of spending it on a PG&E bill.
Their goals are the same as mine, just to make Napa County as green as we can be, reduce the carbon footprint in the area, and really do what we can to make a change in the whole environment and the usage of electricity here in Napa County.
It has to do with economics and creating jobs for people, but to do that in a way that is environmentally sound and sustainable in the long run. If we can pull that all together and have a community that truly is sustainable, I think that is something that can hopefully be a model and something that others might be attracted to and want to apply in their own communities. And I'm very hopeful that in the long run that we will become that and that people will see that.